So, building environment. And we're in. Such is the game as it begins. You are... Started Basics of Survival. Dear friend, the wasteland can be an unforgiving place. I found you naked and left for dead with no supplies. It looks like you crossed the Duke in a bad way and could use some help. Enclosed is a short guide to help you survive. If you complete it, we just might take in a new citizen. The White River Settlement. It's real and it's safe. Peace be with you, friend, Noah. We never meet this character yet. Quest tracking. Basic Survival is your active quest, which is right here in the upper corner. The quest status is displayed on objective tracker, top right of the screen. For information on quests, access your inventory and navigate to the quest menu. As you can see, naked. Let's see. Note from the Duke, don't care about. Don't need that there, don't need that there. I can go there. So items are either physically in your inventory or physically in your hotbar. So your hotbar, your action bar actually acts as extra inventory. So first quest, craft a bedroll. They want us to gather plant fibers. You do that by punching grass. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus a little extra for good measure. And they want us to now craft a bedroll. Hitting tab or your menu key pretty much immediately opens up your crafting. We will craft bedroll. You can have up to 4 items queued to be crafted at one time. Drag and drop it into the hotbar, and when you have it selected over, you can see where to place it. Slap that down, hit E to pick it up again, because why on earth would I want my bedroll here? Next, craft stone axe. Gather small stones and wood. Just like Minecraft, wood is from punching a tree. 1. And, come on, 2. Now we find some small stones. Here's one right over here. 1. And I need 1 more right here. 2. Then we can craft stone axe in 4 seconds. Put that there. Stone axe I always kind of put here in the back. Now we can gather things much faster. It says craft plant fiber clothing. We will do so. To equip, you go to the character screen and you drag and drop this into the pant and the shirt section. Boom. Gather some wood. Now we can hit a tree with a stone axe and gather much faster. Wants us to craft wooden club. This is the primary basic weapon. Now we're going to craft a more advanced weapon, bow and arrow, which means we need more wood, more plant fibers, another stone, and some feathers. There are birds' nests around randomly, like right here, that always have feathers. I can now craft a primitive bow and a stone arrow. I can actually only craft the one. Bow and arrow crafted. Start a base, need to gather some wood. They want us. This is the basic wood block frame currently to be able to make anything. From here we can hold an alternate action button and change all of its different shapes and so forth. But for the moment, I just need to place it, and then I can use the alternate function of the axe to upgrade it. Now it wants us to... Now the game wants us to get some more small stones. Here's one. Ooh, another nest. Oh, and it has an egg. Excellent. Eggs are a really good early food source. Well, here is a rock. I'm just going to hit it and gather some rocks this way. Now it wants me to craft a campfire. 2, 3, and to place it. I'm going to go put it on top of that block in the middle of the road. Because why not? Bam. Now, the final quest is to locate a trader. If I look at my map, it says it's 1.6 kilometers away, so it's this way. No, it's this way. Yeah, the compass in the top of your screen that kind of gives you an idea of the direction. I'm gonna grab some supplies along the way. Hey! Hey, it's a Nico! What is up, my dude? Rusty Dwarf, thanks for the follow! Haha! Just playing a brand new file of some 7 Days to Die. Kinda... Yep, I was thinking really hard when I came up with my animations, and I was like, okay, it absolutely has to be Shiro. Just done. You have absolutely no idea how long it took for me to be able to find and crop the sound effect just right. Like, easily 3 hours. Grab some more plant fibers and some small stones. Random chrysanthemum. Let's get another tree's worth. Just kind of grabbing as many resources as possible on my way toward the trader, because eventually have to claim or build my own little holdout bunker. My item is broken. It now needs to be repaired. One small stone, we're good. We're back to hacking away. Additionally, I'm doing everything in my power to gather as many not only resources, but XP as possible so that I can allocate effectively talent points, but skill points to be able to build different things and progress in the game ever so much more efficiently. Bam, bam, and down it goes. The physics in this game are pretty amusing. Grab another one of those. I need a rock. Getting a small rock would be... Getting a large boulder right now would be very useful. Ah, speak of the rock and it shall appear. Currently, the stone axe is the best tool, all-around tool to be able to gather everything. Eventually, I'll unlock iron tools that'll allow me to differentiate, get an actual axe, an actual pickaxe, and an actual shovel. Well, I can actually make a shovel right now, and I probably should. Shovel. Yeah. And maybe some shoes. Queue both of those up to craft while I get the rest of these rocks here going. Clank, 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 clank. I heard what I thought I didn't want to hear yet. If anyone else heard the thump, that is the sound of a zombie casually strolling by and just randomly deciding to jump. I thought I heard it. It needs repairs again, and while I'm in here, I will put that there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that awful song is in this playlist of evil. Just because we needed something else to be scared of aside from the zombies. I swear if I see a purple dinosaur, I am just gonna go right at it with the club. Just no. And it just keeps going. So there are actually different effects of weather. You can either become too overheated or too cold. Early levels, you're actually shielded from that. That's what this elemental protection is. Once you hit level 6, that all disappears, and you're basically thrust out into the warmth or the cold. Oh look, it's our first zombie! Hello! Club hit to the head, knock him down. Bonk. Bye to the head. Hello, experience. Grab that. Ah! Most things can be pathed over, but sometimes the game likes to just be a little on the difficult side when it comes to pathing. Any kind of falling damage would be very, very bad for me right now. I can get away from him. Don't need to put up with that right now. Gather some of this cotton. Ah, good, a road. That zombie did not see me. Good. While I'm on the move, I will make all this cotton into cloth fragments. It's really good to be able to multitask in this game by crafting and go physically getting somewhere. Once I have the ability eventually to make a workbench, I can actually set it to be crafting something and then walk away from it and be legitimately double my ability to craft things. There's a second zombie of the stream! Ow! Hit with stick. Third zombie of the stream. Clubs are actually really good at being able to knock them down, and naturally, because it's early game, the game is being quite merciful to me and allowing me to just one hit knock them down immediately. Let's see, the trader is still almost a kilometer away. How's my supplies looking? I could use more of these small stones. So I'll have to harvest the next big rock I see. Big rock. This gets faster later with better tools. Right now I'm kind of stuck with what you can scrounge together from picking stuff up off the ground. But I have some plans. Kind of take a careful little circle around it while I'm hitting it to look around me, make sure nothing's trying to sneak up on me. The other good thing about getting all these extra stones is that all of my tools are repaired by either stone or wood right now. So the more I have of it, the better. Like, for example, this is about to break. I can repair it now. It knows. It knows we're coming this way, precious. Ooh. Grab more cotton. The reason I want the cotton is because I can make armor out of it as soon as I get my hands on some duct tape. Because, you know, every survival apocalypse, duct tape is literally manna from heaven. Ooh, a stump. I want this. Stumps are very important, especially early game, because if I break them, I have a small chance of getting a jar of honey. I did not get one, but jar of honey can help cure zombie infection should you get hit by a zombie and get infected. Another reason why I'm kind of running in, hitting them, and then backing away so that they can't get that counterattack. Uh-oh. Nope. Sit down. Woo! Just grab some more of this cotton. There we go. Can't do anything with this car yet, but eventually I'll be able to scrap it down for parts and iron. This car, however, I should be able to just search. Might get something nice out of here, might get complete junk. Let's see, a bunch of brass, 2 sewing kits, which are amazing, and a level 2 stone shovel, which is better than my level 1. The higher level a tool is, 1 to 6, the more durability total it has, and the more slots for modifications it gets. 1 has none, if I recall correctly. Yeah, 1 has none. 2 and 3 get 1. 4 gets 2. 5 gets 3, and 6 gets 4. So the trader's now on the other side of this area here. Well, I'm passing through. I don't want to go into any of the buildings just yet. Some lead, because that'll trigger any of the zombies inside, and I'm not ready. Ooh, lockpicks, level 2 stone axe. Awesome. So I'll just scrap my level 1 down into parts. Early game cars literally have the best tools for you, and one that has higher durability. And some gasoline, which, while not being particularly useful to me at this juncture, is useful in general. Trash pile, duct tape. Yes! I can make some of this cloth armor now. Boots. I need more cloth fragments. I can now put armor on instead of the shoes. Totally thought I saw something move right in front of me. But, padded chest armor and padded gloves. Rabbit! Come here! Come here! It's not worth chasing it too far, because that'll happen. That zombie already saw me. It's just coming really slow. Meanwhile, I will slap on the glove armor and the chest armor. Or maybe it didn't see me. Oh, it didn't. Nice. We can back off and not have to deal with it. Okay, so the trader is this way. Oh good, a house under construction. That'll give me a lot of raw materials. Knock you down. I am now level 2 and have many skill points that I'm not going to mess with just yet. You will understand why in short order. Ooh, mailbox. Let's check out the mailbox. Nothing. Lame. Nest? Egg? Yes! Eggs are very useful. That's this. Oh, I remember. Loaded a new chunk, basically. So small egg spike. Ooh, nest. Always search bird nest. 2 eggs. Yes. Rolling in potential food. I have found the trader. Close that door behind me. The trader has a whole bunch of these destroyed potential stations. Sometimes the workstations actually function, and that's why I saved up my skill points, because I don't want to use them if I have ready access or can get the recipe for something like the forge here. Oh my gosh, 19 steel? That is a massive endgame item right there. Steel is ridiculous. I'm gonna go inside here. Destroy workbench, some wood and mechanical parts. So I didn't get any useful recipes. Ooh, a hat. I can wear this. Doesn't look like there's anything of value in here. That noise you're hearing, zombie hitting the outside, The trader's post and everything to do with it is basically invincible, so all the damage that it's doing is undone, and I am perfectly safe here. Anywho, let's jump down right here, check this trash. Nothing, and a destroyed cement mixer. Yes! I now can make the cement mixer without having to spend points to get to it. That's what I was looking for.
The name's Jenny, but you can call me Dr. Jen.
Do you have any jobs that are nearby? Half a kilometer west.
Okay. Be careful and try not to get
Inventory.
yourself killed.
Hunting knife schematic would be nice. Can I sell you my... oh, the steel doesn't sell for much. Always good to just kind of check and see what she has. Oh my gosh, some of these items are pretty nice.
If I had a duke for every time someone was just looking.
So that's the usefulness of the trader. They give you quests to be able to get XP and money, which are called dukes. They're basically casino chips. But they're also your primary vendor. Okay, that guy's dead. So now my next main objective is to find a location to either build a base or a location to take over as my base. The church would be a nice idea. It's kind of small, but it has a nice solid wall already and would be very easy to upgrade and modify. But the church is a difficult location to clear. What do you think, chat? Should I go with the church or should I keep looking? Because the church is a more advanced difficulty location to clear. But it does have a pretty nice wall all the way around it that I wouldn't have to build. Thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, fruit? Cheese, apple, banana? It's okay, I'll just sit here and collect some wood while I wait for a response. I'm actually very tempted to go with the small church. I mean, there's no harm in taking a look around. See if it's... because the problem is it looks quite small. There's one zombie. See, the main area is quite tiny. But there is the underground area. Let's get rid of you. Two big hits, down he goes. Oh, there's a zombie pretending to be asleep against that building. Ah! He snuck up on me. And this is why spooky game. That's 3 down. Ow. Empty coffin. Gee, in a zombie apocalypse, an empty coffin. What a shock. Nice try. I am out of stamina. I'll take care of you. Just keep backing away. There we go. So there is an upper area there. Let's just search this duffel bag. Empty jars. That'll be useful in due time. Then there's this narrow underground area that this could, oh my. This could be the whole base down under here. There's going to be so many zombies down here, I can taste it. Does not taste good. And this is why the game be spooky. Empty can, just scrap those immediately, get my first little taste of iron. At least I'm being able to pick them off one at a time. Uh-oh. Okay, had to repair that. Okay, they're dead. That one. Have a view. Okay, that should be all of them. Okay, there's something attacking something outside. It's a chicken! Yeah, that's the other thing about actually come out here and take care of guys attacking the wall. Oh, come on. Thank you. There we go. Whew! The church has been cleared. So what I need to do... I need to make use of this and this. So I'm going to... Where to put it? So this is a land claim block. Generally used for multiplayer games, but if I put this down, this area has now been claimed by me. Then I'm going to go down into the crypt area and put my bed down here, which will claim this from zombie spawns. I will put mine right there is good. Okay. And already I've lured something in from outside. But we can deal with that in a moment. I want to see what's in all of the loot that I just gained from this church. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Some arrows. Some armor. So I can ditch that padded armor and put some metal armor. I have an armored hood now. And my shovel has a modification to make it more powerful. A weapon back. Stone sledgehammer and some knuckle wraps. Not the best. I don't particularly care for them, but potentially useful. See, it's just, in my opinion, just so much easier to use the wood axe. Brass. Interesting. Now excuse me while I, once again, go deal with something attacking the walls. I suspect that's going to be the issue of this base, probably. Which, of course, makes absolutely no sense. I've actually never used these before, so maybe time to give new weapon type a test? Why? Why are you doing this? Yeah, I like the club better. Stay dead. But yes, there is actually a way to help make it so that those guys don't spawn all over the place. And that involves getting rid of all of this noise-making junk on the ground. Because every time you walk over these kind of things, it makes a loud creak or a splutter or something. And if there's random zombies nearby, it'll attract their attention. So, getting rid of them, that's just the dirt, is the best means of controlling that and preventing it from happening. Random coffin, empty. Another random coffin. And there's some dukes. Not enough to really buy anything, per se. But, you know, it's the start of a glorious empire. 1 second. It seems our spooky music has stopped. Continue, yes. Let's get rid of this, so that I can come and go without too much annoyance. Grab that. Then get rid of that pile of trash. Rid of that ground clutter. Just keep clearing it all away. Oh, look! I can fall up to 15 meters without taking damage while carrying 5,000 dukes. That's oddly specific, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'll take it. My character is now hungry. Luckily, I just grabbed some dog food. When you're in a survival situation, anything with nutrients is useful. Some shotgun shells. That. Get rid of that glass. Yeah, there's carts in the way. Just kind of cleaning the area up so that stuff doesn't get attracted just by me walking around down here. Can break that down. That coffin is... Okay, so these ones up here are stone rather than just facsimile wood. Another secret thing of dog food just in case. Spear Hunter. Spears degrade slower. Excellent. I do enjoy me some good spear power. Lot of cleanup required here. Fancy garbage can with a brass trophy. Well, brass is useful, so I'll scrap it down. The coffin there. I'll leave the light there because that'll be useful. Get rid of that. See the can kicking sound and the crunching glass? That's all sounds of me stepping on those little noise makers that I'm trying to get rid of. And there's one. That. And another little hidden thing. Chicken ration and a flashlight. That's pretty good. Check this duffel bag. A beanie or a skull cap as they're calling it. Some more oil in a trash can. Feathers. Gotta clear all this away for my own safety and the safety of all the stuff I end up putting down here. And some more brass items to break down. A can that serves no purpose but to be scrapped down to iron. Like that, and possibly the last one. Ooh, I didn't see this toolbox. Working stiff sealed shipping crate that usually has tool items. Ooh, an anvil. That's going to be useful. And 2 more level 2 stone axes, so I can just flat out replace that one that's about to break. Do I have lockpicks? I do. Because this is a locked safe. Am I going to get lucky? Is the game just going to let me do it? Wait, is it really? Ah, I didn't think so. And it has to go from 4 seconds to 0 in one lockpick or it just won't open. Level 2 knuckle wraps, level 2 sledgehammer, which I need neither of these. But that's okay. So, I feel like this would be a good storage craft room. The very base area. So let's see. Wooden storage. I do not have the nails required. It would also help. Now is the time for me to determine the skills that I'm going to use. I have 7 points to spend. So the first thing, I need Advanced Engineering 1. This will allow me to become a blacksmith, create forged iron and other metal. I can create the forge, which is very important. Next, I want to jump over here to Strength and get Sexual Tyrannosaurus. Reduces melee and tool stamina usage, which is the blue bar in the lower corner, by 8%, and reduces the stamina usage of power attacks by 15%. That's amazing. Next, I will take a Miner 69er, maximize, well, Tool Nipper. I can craft quality level 2 tools, which will be useful later when I actually make the iron ones. Tool damage increased by 10% and the block damage of tools by 30%. And I can make iron tools. Let's see, 4 more points. I will take Master Chef 1. Cooking's not your thing, but you know some basics. Unlock basic recipes such as bacon and eggs, boiled grilled meat, baked potato, cornbread, tea, coffee. And it cooks 10% faster. Let's see, 3 more. Motherlode. 20% more harvest from ore, stone, terrain blocks, trees with any axe, pickaxe, chainsaw, or auger. That's useful. 2 points left. I think I'll jump over here to salvage operations and grab junk collector. Craft quality 2 poor salvage tools, which is a wrench. Unlocks wrench crafting so that I can just flat out make one. I have 1 point left. That can probably wait for a moment. I think... No, I want Pummel Pete 1. Craft quality 2 clubs. And deal 10% more damage and 40% more to stunned enemies. Power attacks have now a 60% chance to knock foes down. And I can create a baseball bat. Fantastic. So I'll make a pair of storage chests. Craft that, so scrap that so I have room. For the moment. Right there. Right there. So I can start setting some of this stuff down. I am hungry again, so I will consume the can of chili here. Is the music too loud for anyone else? Because I feel like it's just getting louder and louder and louder. Is that better? I feel like that's better because it was getting to the point of being like incessantly loud. Anyway. I'll just put extra stuff like this in here. Stuff that I don't really need yet. Then specific crafting items. Tree seeds. Chrysanthemum I can't work with yet. Cotton I don't need yet. Chicken ration, it'll be great food. Can't use those yet. Can't use those yet. No use for that. I don't have enough of those. I can scrap that, etc. Shotgun shell, I have nothing for that. More emergency food. Anvil, so handy. Flashlight, tea, water, money. Just kind of shuffling around all the things that I don't have an immediate use for. Put the lead and the brass and the iron all right there. Scrap polymers, there's nothing I can do with yet. Arrows, lockpick, old eggs, small stones. Okay. So, what do I need to make my forge? I have 50 stones. I need 3 short iron pipes, 3 duct tape, 10 leather, and 60 clay soil. Well, I have the components to make the duct tape. Because you can craft duct tape with 3 glue and 3 cloth. I have that. Perfect. I have a shovel so I can get the dirt at any time. The leather and the short iron pipes will be the hardest thing to get out of this. Firstly, though, I'm gonna put a waypoint here with the tower and call this home base. That way on the map, anywhere that I happen to be, I'll be able to know exactly where it is. And as you can see on the compass, I can see it when I'm facing in the correct direction. Did I check this one? Yes, I did. I do not need this bag there now. I'll deal with coffins and other stuff later. Ooh, look, a bird nest. Okay, since this is on my territory, it won't respawn, so I can just get rid of it completely. So now I need to venture out into the unknown and find some stuff. Usually a good bet is to literally go like right next door. That door is locked. And locked doors generally just flat out don't open. Ever. Oh my gosh, some handy food. Yes. Get that out of the way. Check out this garage. Searching for leather and short iron pipes. Store shelf, paintbrush, I don't care. Paintbrushes are used for decoration stuff, and that's a level of effort above even what I'm willing to do. I wish I had some bones so I could make a knife and harvest the corpse though, but I do not have that kind of materials right now. She dead. Nothing in here. Sinks are a good place to try and find a bottle of acid. Wow. Stove. Oh my gosh. 2 different seeds, aloe vera and hops. Now if I find those plants, I can craft them into their seeds and plant them in my base. Aloe vera is used to make medicine. Oh my gosh, 5 raw meat, that's glorious. And hops is used for beer, which is arguably pretty useless actually. Trigger all the angry people. Down. This is a bathroom. Usually toilets have murky water. Always break pictures. Always, always, always. Most of the time they have stuff hidden behind them. Padded leg armor. There's something. This is what we desire. 1 leather. 2 leather, 3 leather. I am thirsty. I will drink pure mineral water because I'm spoiled. 4 leather, 5 leather. 6. I need 10, so 7, 8, 9. Unfortunate that I didn't get the full amount that I need, but pretty close now. Let's repair that club. Ranger's Guide to Archery Arrow Recovery. Cool. As I'm playing solo, I will pretty much learn every book I can. In team games, you can actually share the books around so that people can develop differently in a complementary way. So like one person can take on crafting and one person can take on other stuff. All safe. Do I get to pick this lock? Maybe. Will we get all the... Oh, so close. Last lockpick, let's go. Nope, we tried. Do I get leather out of this? Nope, scrap polymer. Wooden desk. Flannel shirt. Heat and cold resist 2. So this is the point of what the extra clothing slots are for. They give you heat and cold resistance. The flannel shirt will give me more than the other thing that I had. And, you know, it's actually a regular cloak. Oh, look, office chair. This will give me the leather I need. 2 leather. There we go. Now I just need 3 iron pipes. Book. Some paper. Worthless. My phone keeps beeping at me. Irrelevant. That's everything here for the ground floor. There's locked front door, there's a basement, and there's an upstairs. We will go downstairs first. And then trigger something upstairs instead. So I guess we will go upstairs. Break the picture. As you can see, secret area behind it. I just got some bullets for guns I don't have. And that was a floor trap. See, it would have dropped me right into the basement. He's going to be slow enough that I can do this before he even reaches me. These kind of panelings here are always covering something. See, this one had a purse, one of the lower options. Bookcase. Oh my gosh, yes. Always need water. Interesting. Empty cans are mostly useless until way, way late in the game. This gives some nice cloth. I don't want to break this completely because once I have a wrench, I can get springs out of that, which are one of the few items you cannot craft. Oh my gosh, another bookshelf. Retracting stock mod schematic for guns. Not amazing, but better than nothing. And yes, you can get repeat of any book you pick up. T-shirt and a tank top. Spooky. Oh my gosh, an antibiotic, we're good. Freaking gold. That's a guy trying to come in from the other wall. Thank you. Good to know that this is the secret door to be able to get onto the secret attic. They always do that kind of thing. Bop. Nope, you will stay down. Bad zombie. Bookstore box. See, mod schematic I already have. I can now sell this for 160. That's garbage. Let's see what's in the working stiff shipping crate. More luck picks and another shovel that I will scrap. Rotting trash, some nails, good. Cloth and wood. Oh look, books. Some paper. Ah, structural brace mod schematic. I will use that. Random storage chest, completely empty. Destroyed battery bank, empty. Lame. Dog food and old world money, which is completely useless and scrap to paper. Let's eat a trio of dog food. Really shove that hunger bar up. As you can see at the bottom of my screen, the blue and the green. That is my hunger and thirst. Hunger is green, blue, thirst is blue. Bathroom I didn't touch. Don't want to break that. Oh, another nice book. Another sink with a can and a recipe I already know. Empty water cooler with nothing. That's I'm trying to break in the front door. Yeah, let me help you out. Unfortunately, I can't hit him through this little wall. Down you sit. Okay, now we will go downstairs. Shoes. Worn boots. Scrap, because I have foot armor. A bookstore box. Oh my gosh, Urban Combat 2, I can craft cigars. And 9mm weapons degrade slower. That's useful. Oh my gosh, so many nails and a wire tool this early. We're getting lucky. Let's see, to hit the door. Bam. Close that door behind us. Broken workbench. Level 2 stone axe that I don't need. Also scrap all that. Ooh. Shamway shipping container. Ooh, a blueberry and corn. We'll hang on to that. claw hammer. Wow, and 4 repair kits. These are some really good mid-tier stuff. Some blunderbuss ammo and a biped mod for guns. Knockdown. Cupboards. Some more cupboards. Let's gone ahead. Okay, nothing here. More lockpicks. I'll have to remember to go back for that door, or for that safe on the 2nd floor. This was this building, wasn't it? This had a bunker in it. A legitimate Fallout bunker. Alrighty then. Full medical ace steroid. That will be useful for getting back to my base. Cowboy hat and overalls. So many options. Let's take out that blue dye and get rid of them overalls. Actually, what slot do they cover? Yeah, I didn't. Are they shirt? Nope, they're full. Or are they? They are pants. Huh. Oh. That's interesting.
Just to let you folks know, the Trader Joel's will be closing soon.
Let's see if we can pick the gun safe. Got plenty of lockpicks this time. Shouldn't be an issue. Most of the way. Ugh. Got 3 more chances. Got it. Some pipe bombs and an advanced muffled connector mod. I can equip the mod onto this, which reduces the noise that I make by 8%. Let's see. Iron crossbow bolts, I'm not going to use those because I don't use crossbows generally.
Trader Joel's is now closed.
I like how he tells you preparation for being closed and that he is now closed. Some soup. Some peas, which are amazingly necessary. Let's just eat that now for the extra food buff. Let's see what's in these sealed working stiff shipping crates. A level 3 axe and a level 3 shovel. Take that out of there. Scrap the level 2 and modify the level 3. It is now night of day 1, and it is slightly more dangerous now. 2 more level 2s and motor tool parts. Oh my gosh, they're just loading me up with stuff, aren't they? A level 3 primitive bow, meaning I can scrap the level 1. Medical supplies. What's in here? Some of this. Some of this. Oh, what could I get rid of? Oh, there's some shotgun shells already. Let's see. So everything can be hit with dye, so I can modify this and put a dye there. That'll help. I don't need the shirt and the tank top. I only need one. And the tank top has the better heat resistance. The t-shirt's just kind of there. Or no, they're actually the same, aren't they? Yeah, they're the same. So I don't care much for pink dye, so I'm just going to scrap the tank top completely. Cowboy hat, on the other hand, has pretty good heat resistance on its own right. So now I can swap the level 2 padded armor for the level 1 and scrap the level 1. And grab the scope for a gun I don't have. Search that, some purified water. Get more stuff from that office chair. Ow, that can't get scrapped. See how I'm walking very slowly around things? I'm also overburdened, so I move significantly slower and my stamina regens slower. Short iron pipe. I cannot make a wrench yet. Which is ironic that the short iron wrench, or the wrench, is the best way to get the pipe. Oh, I can't scrap those at all. Dang it. I was wondering if I could scrap the pipe bombs to get the pipes that I needed, but I cannot. So, I explored the entire house, got a bunch of nice stuff, but not the thing I needed. Actually, let's see. I might be able to just destroy those sinks and get some lead iron pipes that way. Yep, right here. Stone. There's a pipe. There's 2 pipes. There's 3 pipes. Fantastic. Hope that the zombie above goes away. All by himself. Let's see. I want to save. The steroid makes it so that I can carry maximum inventory. You can hear it wandering around above. This is when you crouch move instead of just move. Crouch moving makes you go even slower, but it reduces your sound by a lot. See, that's not the thump of them beating on anything, that's the thump of them jumping. Everything is extremely spooky, except not really. Yep, that is like right out there, jumping up and down like a madman. Let's see, can I just invade? gosh, I need iron for a bat. I could make a level 2 club though, so if I scrapped this, I can then just craft a new better club. Rather than repair it. Up the stairs we go. Go out this way. It'll take me out to the side. That's the trader there. And the church is still pretty close by. Okay, I think the zombie's gone for now. And I have the pipes that I need, so what I need now is some dirt. And then my phone beeps and tries to scare me. Let's just search this random purse. Nothing there. Nope. Nothing at all. Okay, so this is the corner where the church is. So if I bust out my stone shovel, start digging a hole right about here. I don't have space for a hole, or for dirt in my inventory. We will use the steroid. We'll grab some dirt. I think I only need about 50 or so, so that's probably good. I need 60. I'm glad I checked. That was me, not something else. The spooky music is so not helping. Okay, I can create the forge now. So when I do this, it'll make a space there so I can get the minute and 20 going. That duffel bag there. Oh my gosh, I forgot there was stuff here too. Yeah. Dealing with the stuff downstairs was way more important. There is so much good lighting down here. Okay, now I should be sneakily underground enough that no one will notice if I move around. Seven seconds on that forge. Drop that there, right there, and swap the forge to here. I can now place down this forge somewhere. I want it... right there's good. Excellent. It needs wood to function. And because I happen to have one, I can put in the mod for the anvil in here. It increases the crafting speed of the forge, which is great. The only downside is the forge requires raw materials in it to function. So we're going to put some iron and some clay soil in here and turn it on, and it'll start smelting these. It takes a bit of time, but eventually it'll process all of that. And then from the, you see the green numbers there that are building up, I'll be able to craft things like forged iron. In the meantime, I'm going to set other stuff that goes in it over here to the side. Oh, look, there's more iron that I can pop in. Some of that. Grab these nails while I'm here. And learning to spell. Storage. There we go. Make 3 of these. Big storage boxes. Let's see. I can add glass to there. And then we will make a campfire. And that can go here for the moment. I'm going to save the peas because I can make use of those later on. What I am going to have it make is a grill, which will be very useful because now this campfire, which I will place right here. Where would be a good spot? Ooh, yeah, right here. Yeah, that's a good spot for it. Which also needs wood. Can now be modified by the cooking pot. And as soon as this is done, the grill. And it'll allow me to make some bacon and eggs. Oh, and then with this murky water, I can boil it to get boiled water, which is also used for cooking. Let's see, I can't make use of the acid yet, or the grain alcohol, or definitely not the mortar tool parts, or those because no gun. I have little desire to use these. I don't have a blunderbuss for that. Drop some leather and other stuff, but I'm going to make use of these. So, if I hit this reticle and change the shape, I can change these regular storage boxes into writable storage boxes. Let's see. And I'll put these over here, maybe? Yeah, I'll make this corner the storage area and just drop one after the other. This first one we will call what? What should the furthest away one be? High tier craft mats. And the writing is on all the sides. So right now we'll be looking at it from the top. But then when I get rid of this and put some light here, we'll be able to see it from the side as well. From here, it'll be crafting mats. So these will be the ones we're using. These will be the ones I cannot use yet. And then this last one will... I don't have to make each of them anything just yet. Slap that brass and that glass in there. So the thing you also have to remember is if you don't turn off one of these things, it will continue to burn through its fuel even if it's not actively doing anything. So that's important to note. Why? Why does my phone... Does anyone have reasonable cause to understand why your phone only starts blowing up while you're streaming? It's completely inconceivable, but it's every time. I don't need... As useful as the claw hammer is, I don't need it right now until I have more tools to replace the stone axe with. Definitely cannot use the steel right now. Mechanical parts are close. I do not have a shotgun. I do not have anything for gasoline. I do not wish to waste precious peas. I do not have oil. I do not have any gun. Can't use the scope. I don't have anything that needs acid. I don't need that. I don't need that. There's very little that uses paper in the first place. I don't have a blunderbuss. I do not wish to waste the blueberry. So regular crafting tools, we have that. We'll have cloth fragment and plant fibers, which I can make use of. Feathers. Sewing kit. Gonna put the piece of corn in there too. And yeah. I think we'll call this food and drink for the moment. Just for the moment. We'll put this goldenrod tea in there. These empty water jars for the moment. These eggs in there to save. Save the can of stock. We'll actually move these three over here. Put them along the bottom so I don't use them until I absolutely need them. That is done. So now I have some water and some bacon and eggs, which are really useful. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Torch can be placed there for a little more light for now. And those are clothing options. So crafting mats, lead iron pipe, or just iron pipe. Yes, a lead iron pipe. That makes sense. Keep the small stones on me for the time being. So chrysanthemum is used for making a different kind of tea. So I'll put it there. Pine seeds because whatever. I don't really have a use for the flashlight yet. Or the nitrate powder just yet. That can be sold. That can be sold. These are to hang on to. That can be hung on to. Those are to sell. That is important for emergencies. Crafting mat. Crafting mat. So we will put our 17 more water in there. Two and 10. 3 and 12. So this hat's just inferior in every way. And that's a good hat for cold resistance. So I'm going to put these in there for warm and cold sets of clothing, because eventually you go to different areas that are either a snowy area or a desert, and you actually need that cold and heat resistance to be able to operate there effectively. Split that in two so it churns through twice as fast. And that's everything that's there for the moment. And now, take those arrows out of that, and I can get rid of these boxes that are not needed. Not what I desired. Oh my gosh. That's gonna take longer than I desire. Oh well. Anyway. Forge is done, we can turn that off. Next objective. I need iron. So we'll put that in there. That there. The trader will not open until closer to 10-ish a.m. I really don't need this sledgehammer, so I can just break it down. Electrical parts. I knew I was forgetting something. And the cotton can be crafted down. Final thing is I will hang on to these 2 dukes after I sell these and just see what I might be able to buy. I highly doubt I'll have enough to afford anything. But you never know. And I never did pick that upper safe in the other house, but that's okay. There'll be other safes. I wonder if I can turn this into the entrance of an underground mining area. It's possible. You can't really do a whole lot until you get the iron tools, which thankfully I should be able to do relatively quickly, but it depends on what's on the other side of this rubble as well. As you see, there's bricks and stuff there. Stone axe is really not the best for doing any serious mining. What I need is to get the iron tools. I need the iron pickaxe, but I need forged iron and duct tape and leather for that, so I have to get more and more of those. So what we might end up doing, well, firstly, do I have wood on me? I do not. I cannot craft any spears because I lack wood and apparently plant fiber, but plant fiber is easy. I think what I will do for the night is wander around in that courtyard above and clear out all the grass and rubble so that walking around out here doesn't cause problems. This will also get me all those plant fibers that I need for some spears. Thirsty. Pure mineral water, please. Additionally, I still have points that I can now spend, right? I have 2 more points. I should get Lucky Looter. 5% chance to loot bonus containers that I open personally, and looting is also 10% faster, which is great. Let's see. Do I have everything I need here? Well, heavy armor, kind of, but living off the land, yes. Harvest 2 items from wild or planted crops, so if I come across anything, I'll be able to get more of it as a food source. Which will help in the long run when I start, you know, planting a farm in here. I think additionally the other thing I should do is chop down this tree and get it out of here. thankfully, the tree chopping will attract zombies. The tree falling will not. And it doesn't do damage to things it hits. So, small mercy. Moldy bread and a challenge. The event, you sometimes find these random challenge cards that basically just point you to an area where you can get loot. Not my favorite thing, but doable. I'll make a spear just to have one. Well, that was it. That was eerily odd. I did not search this coffin. There was a piece of lead in it. I'm gonna just chop down this tree while I'm here before moving out. Because I need to find some iron rocks. Bird nest, untouched. Egg, good. So just like how there's rocks here, that are just regular stone, small rocks, there are also iron deposits, lead deposits, nitrate deposits, and coal deposits that you can find on the ground as well. Let's see. I am searching for an iron one, and I believe I have found one. Should be right over here. Yep, right here. Just gonna shave away some of these plants. Now, as you can tell, there is also iron all around it in most directions. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my shovel. Deal with the zombie. Hey, buddy, have a spear. Down you sit. Anywho, where was I? Yes. So what I want to do is dig a little bit around the entirety of it so that I can see how deep this iron vein actually goes. It'll probably go pretty deep. But I just want, especially since I need some dirt anyway, it has actually got a pretty important crafting use. But this also will allow me to just focus, once I get to it, on purely mining the iron and not accidentally hitting the dirt with the wrong tool. This matters more later when you're using the iron ones that require actual repair kits to fix rather than just small rocks. Not even close. Not even close, random. Completely new file. that 7's pretty curly. On top of the fact that I'm not going to have a horde until day 14. So, at least on this file. Yeah, well, welcome, Mr. Random. I am doing well. My new job starts next Wednesday. You know, just as everybody decides to start going completely crazy. Again. It looks like there's more ore below. Gee! What a shock. I need to eat something. Bacon and eggs. Yum. I'm pretty confident that it will go swimmingly. I am now level 7 and I have a skill point. Let us see. What skill point do I desire? No, no. Did I already do? Yes, yes. I did that. Those are locked. Better barter, I believe. 5% better deal buying and selling from traders. Let's see. And break. Let's just repair both of those right now. Gotta get up a nice chunk of iron so that I can head on back and get that smelting. Bop, boop, beep, bop, 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 boom. Bop. Now it may look like this particular vein is about to dry up on me. Trust me, it probably goes like so far underground that it's just not even funny. See? Right there on the ground. That spot. So if I dig further, see, it's already spreading out too. Yes! I didn't have to break that and I just got the iron for free. Lucky. And then there's a little bit of stone here you can see from... oh, I guess that is still dirt. Eventually you'll hit a layer that is sand, and that's when you know things are going to start going in all directions. But let's see, we have what, 600? I think I'll get about a good 1,000 of the iron before heading back, just to be on the safe side. Gotta have something to fill the time while we wait for the trader to open to get to do stuff. I probably could do the first quest that the trader gave me, turn that in as soon as they open, but this is slightly higher priority. I just realized the spooky music had stopped again. There we go. Hey. There we go. Huh. Damn. What do we got? 920. Just a little more. 940. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,000, and a little extra. So this will probably be the start of my iron mine. So I'm actually going to mark this as well, save waypoint. I like X's for my mines, and I'll just put iron right there. That way, in case I forget, I know where it is. Oh, and that needs to get repaired again. How are we looking on wood? I could use a little more. Surprise! Wow, that one went down fast. Looks like trader opens at 6 a.m. instead of what I thought. Okay then. Oh my gosh, that actually worked out far better. I was just hitting that just to see what would happen. Now I can get a knife, which will allow me to harvest those corpses a lot better. But, to the trader! I have a couple of things to sell him. Close the door behind, just to be on the safe side.
I am so glad to see your face. I get lonely sitting by myself all day.
These pipe bombs. I can get 34 for them. 42 for the goldenrod tea. And 168 for the stock mod recipe. Good. I didn't think that would sell. 240. It's not really enough to do much with. Yeah,
Thanks for
I
letting
should
me
probably
take care
just
of you.
hang on to
And
that.
tell your friends.
I always like keeping their door closed just to be kind. Let's get this tree cut down. Yes, welcome to your older, creepier uncle's version of Minecraft where everything just wants to kill you. That tree is gone. Let's pull out the bone knife. See, I can now harvest from those. Rotten flesh, which is actually useful. It is useful. Now we can go down here. Around this way. I'll probably take down these spikes later, but right now it's not worth the effort. I might take these out sooner than I think, though. Just so that I can actually get down here. So I'm now going to put the iron and the clay and turn on the furnace. That's good, right how it is. Can I make use of that in a farm plot yet? No, it requires 7. So we'll put those in there. I now have a purpose for nitrate because I am able to get the rotten flesh, and I can combine wood, nitrate, rotten flesh, and dirt into a farming plot to allow you to plant seeds into it. With the exception of these. Some animal fat for cooking. Bones, which will be useful in due time. I am unable to make use of multi-bread at this time. I'm going to put dukes right there in the middle. Put that there. Drop the egg. Put sand right there. That down there. Don't need those. And empty jar there. For the moment, I still require these. 12 forged iron per, or 12 iron per forged iron. If I have 180 and 9, give or take 50, that's almost 1100. Get these out of the way so I can actually move around down here. Surprisingly, these white ones cannot be crafted by players. It's very odd. We make the 2 that were over here. That's what is made when you make these kind of spikes. It's very strange. There we go. Now I can just insta right turn. Or left turn. Dyslexia. Let's get rid of that, so that we don't make any of that kind of noise. No, thank you. Okay. Now while the forge is off doing forge things, we should... This bird nest will never get refreshed, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And scoop that up. I'm going to head off to this fetch quest while it is day and the forge is a-going. I see a zombie off to the west. I missed. Missed again. Oh, that's why. Nobody likes bows for this exact reason. They just don't travel fast enough. Is that? That's what I think that is. Oh no. I know what farm this is. We're not going in here anytime soon. That's a thing. I found the thing. Ooh. Ooh. Egg? Yay! That was an ad break going. Unfortunate. But we're just still chugging along. You can see where I'm moving around. Oh, look. This is a lead deposit. Lead's used for some decoration, but predominantly bullets. It's all well and good for now, but I do not have any guns, so bullets are pretty useless to me. Oh my gosh, really? This is a very, very powerful mod for most weapons, and I just... Look at this. Just look at this mod. It is like one of my favorites. Tempered Blade mod. Requires steel. Blade modification increases block damage by 10% and lowers degradation by 15%. It only works in modded ones, in bladed tools. So unfortunately the pick can't use it, but axes can use it, knives can use it. Last time I checked, rocket boots are not something you can get in here. Grab some of that cement that's here. This isn't even the building I need, is it? It is not. Yes, it is. What am I? I'm crazy. Why would I allow crazy shenanigans on one that I'm working on so that new people can see the game? That will come to pass in due time when it is, you know, actually needful. This isn't even the house I need. This is the house that I need to clear. I don't even need to clear it. I just need to retrieve the stuff that's in it. This isn't even it. I need to be over here. Oh, yay. I love walking into the basement first. That's just lovely. What do you think? Should I clear it first and then re-clear it again? Or just do it once? My finger literally twitched and made it so that I opened up the thing that didn't allow me to react. Just do it once? Okay, I'll head back and get the quest started. Okay, so now we got the quest activated. As you can see, the rooms reset, so a popular farming technique is to clear a building once, start a quest, reset it, clear it again, and get double the loots. I need that. More gas. Wow, that's a small basement. Nothing in there. Some ever-precious gunpowder. Oh my gosh. Yes, some really, really nice stuff right there. Wow, I'm surprised there was no zombies in here. Always break paintings. Always. Just don't even question it, just do it. Let's eat that immediately. It doesn't have any crafting purposes. Cupboards, boiled water, sink. A wrench. Yes! Yes! Awesome. We can now get some nice salvage and metal. Watch this, watch this. Oh, and it looks like I'm in an area that I'm actually hot. But now I can effectively disassemble these electronics and get a whole bunch of advanced materials from them. Instead of just base scrap metal. Yay, empty jars. Woo! And now we're outside. The sports bag. Ooh, shorts. Those are useful. Actually. Yeah. Overalls are kind of garbage, but the shorts have the highest heat resistance out of all the pants. Level 8. Another skill point. Hi, buddy. That's what I thought. Nice try, game. Some bullets. One ear of corn. And some much higher level armor. Oh my gosh, look at this. So if we modify and take that out, I now can upgrade that from a 2 to a 3, scrap the 2, shove those back in. I can upgrade from that to that, and I can upgrade from that to that. I don't think I'm going to use light armor. Take that die out. Wrap the padded hood. Modify the helmet, put the blue dye in. My helmet's now blue. Woo! And now, like I said before, I can use the wrench on these beds to get springs, which are very useful. But now I have to find where these supplies are hiding. Which is apparently in this direction somewhere. Through here. You're joking. It's outside in a hole. What is this nonsense? Either I missed it upstairs, or it's outside the building, which I can't fathom. I wish people would stop blowing my phone up. Yes, yes, it's hot. I understand, game. Thank you. Or it was like right inside that original. That's a good spot to get a bunch of wood. I honestly think that it was downstairs the whole time. That's the bathroom. We need to go this way. No, it's definitely saying it was, unless... Oh my gosh. That's a ridiculous spot to hide it. Always make sure you put these White River supplies somewhere where you specifically want them, because once it's in your inventory, you cannot move it. Oh my gosh, and there's a working workbench. That's amazing. A pity I can't pick it up and move it, or else I'd take it home. Okay, so now I have to go back to the trader, who is this way. And out of the burned forest area, which is hotter than the regular area. And repair that stone axe again. I thought I saw the bird nest here. Egg, yay! Okay, now that I'm out of there, I am no longer getting overheated. My stamina, though. My stamina. It's bad. Oops. Ah, well. Didn't need that bow anyway. I didn't need that arrow anyway. Hunger. Guess it's time for the chicken ration. Ah, some wood. Nice. Another bird nest with an egg. Good. Okay, That zombie's going the other way. I'm gonna leave it alone. I see one off to the northeast of me. The reason my stamina is depleting so quickly is because I'm overburdened. Not much that I can do about that at the second, though. Ooh. Another chance at getting a jar of honey? Drat, no honey. I could actually get a lot of food in there if I really wanted to, but at the same time, I am nowhere near prepared for that level of boar. That's right, there's a whole bunch of boars in there, and it's scary. Just get this little tree out of my way on a whim. Scoop up a rock. And we're already back to the trader. And we're back with their quest completed.
Oh, well, that didn't take long.
I can either
Nice
get
work.
a whole bunch of bullets that I have no use for, or a weighted head mob that can stun. That is useful. Do you have any new jobs? 200 meters
Oh, this
west.
is the best way to get dupes. And rewards. Oh, thank goodness. I couldn't find anyone to do that job.
2, we can modify that and add the weighted head there. So now it'll do more damage. Do I have anything to sell to her? Yes. Sell her this. Plus the amount she gave me, 300. I don't really have much. It's really not as much as you think.
Thanks for the business. We're
Oh,
open
well.
from dawn to dusk.
Still early game.
You know, we don't-
Back to the church. Sanctuary! Back to my sanctuary! It's joke, it's funny, haha. Alrighty. Gotta go down into our little basement of safety. There we go. Check on this. That's basically done. That's more of this. And we will craft 94 forged iron. And I'll prep all that in there to be smelted. I could just boil these eggs, but it's a massive waste of the potential. Need to get some stuff soon. Let's see. Don't need. Springs can go in here now. That. This goes here. Things I cannot use at this moment. Bullets, bullets, these arrows, paper, gasoline, gunpowder, the cement, the cobblestone I can use. Food, we now have 2 corn. Excellent. Soon we will be able to make seeds. Some medical supplies. I cannot make use of electrical parts yet. That I had forgotten. Now we have a grand total of 600 dukes. That jar. There we go. That cannon there. 3, 2, 1. Badoop. Glass. 3, 2, 1. And that. 30 iron. What was it that I was able to make with 30 iron? Or something. What was I thinking of? Was it my pick? Yes. I now need 3 leather and 3 duct tape, which I do not have at this exact second, but with all these materials combined, I can have it. I need to go find a water source. That house has a swimming pool. Maybe there's water there. We will do something magnificent. Or was it the baseball bat that I wanted, the 30? Yes, that's what it was, but I still need tape either way. And tape requires glue and cloth strips, which I have plenty of cloth. Glue requires me to use murky water plus bones cooked together. No water in the fountain. Sad. But maybe the backyard of this house has a pool? I see water. Let's see, let's just break our way in right here. No zombies? No zombies. Ah! That's a snuck. That's a snuck. That was a snuck. Carved the meat from the snake. There we go. Well, that was fortuitous. Now I have some meat. Wood piles always have a nice chunk of wood. And a tree stump. Shall we get honey this time? Nope. Got him. That was a big boy. Extra XP. Lead fishing weights. Scrapped. Ooh, wooden nails. That's useful. Fantastic. I now have the components for glue. Plus, the snake gave me... Oh, no bones. Sad. Unfortunate. But I have 10. That should give me at least enough for 3. Hopefully. Whoosh. There we go. Turn that off. Pop that in there for the next time I turn it on. And I can only make 2. Ugh. That's unfortunate. Now, where can I find some bones? Head back out into the wide world and find some corpses to harvest. Unfortunately. Maybe some animals. That would also be acceptable. Unfortunately, zombie corpses, for whatever reason, do not give you rotten flesh and other things. Oh, there goes the arrow. Ba-da-da-da, level 9. I have 2 skill points to spend. What is this? That, and the second level of Lucky Looter. There we go. Now I'm even luckier. Hungry. I have no food. Well, just gonna have to deal with that for a moment. Search green sedan. That's not particularly helpful. Fire station. Looking for just, you know, rancid roadkill to harvest. You know that magic of there's never roadkill around when you actually want it? Yeah, I've never had that issue either. Up, there's some up ahead. I just finished harvesting this. Green, or brass doorknob. Not exactly useful to me, but that sewing kit, on the other hand, will be useful. And some shorts. I already have a pair. $10 bones. Oh my gosh, 3 lockpicks? That's amazing. It'd be really nice if I could travel a bit faster, but we're not quite at the point where I can make a bicicleta just yet. Oh my gosh, there's a glue. That just saved my life. That just saved so much time. Thank goodness this is just a bathroom. Drink your water? Yes, please. Yeah, you can hit that concrete wall all you want. I'm not gonna be bothered. Okay, so I'm over here. This construction yard will be helpful in due time once I start getting some stuff to improve my base with. Oh my gosh, 74 concrete mix and a level 4 stone shovel. Glorious. Lead and scrap and modify and superior shovel. Yeah, I'm not too eager to find the bear in the construction yard today, so we're not gonna go there just yet. Kinda don't have any projectile weapons to deal with that, you know? Just gonna stick with my church. My little sanctuary, sanctuary, etc. Oh, let's see. Now we can go over yonder. Ooh, this means I'll be able to make the bat and the pick. Nice. 'Cause now I can make 4. Crafting materials, nails. What, I can't make another... Oh, I have only 9. Drat. Pop that in there. That and that. Oh, still need that. 1 bone. That. That I can deposit. That doesn't go there. These do though. That goes there. I should be able to make some bacon and eggs. Things I can't use just yet. That and that. And the 4 glue is already done. So now I can make tapple. Three leather. That is not what I desired. That is what I desired. Firstly, I do not have any skill points, so level 2 iron pick. Level 2 baseball bat. Fire axe needs 2 duct tape, 1 leather more. Then we'll put that forged iron right there. What about... Can I make an iron door? I will craft that instead. Workbench. Locked to me, but I can prep for it. There we go. For the lack of... For the lack of a better ranged weapon at this moment. Make 50 arrows as well. Just for the lack of anything better. That's gonna take some time. In the meanwhile, we can work on... I'm going to save the reinforced chest for when I have the pick. So I'm going to start knocking out these and getting them out of the way to clear up the room. And now you see why I left them alone, because these are very complicatedly placed blocks. At least this way I'm recycling as much of the resources as possible. Oh, I see. That's just a frame. Neat. "44 seconds. Lovely. Despite appearing to be wood, those posts are like heavy-duty stuff. Murky water can go here as well. Pick in 8 seconds. Now I have an iron pick. That's still going to take a long time. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Yikes. And that's going to take even longer. Gross. Should probably just leave them for now. But, you know, gotta kill time while, uh-oh. Ha 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 ha. Oh boy. Another 2 minutes or so for that. Oh my gosh, that's going to take a while. On the plus side, though, I can use this for over here to much easier clear this away. To easily clear this away. The English language just totally dipped on my brain for whatever reason. very odd that this seems like it's just a room. I think I found my personal project to make this viable and use it. As maybe entrance to a large subterranean mine, perhaps? Who knows? I haven't quite decided. Maybe just as a extra armory room? Large storage space? Haven't completely decided. Up, there's the bat. I can now modify, remove this, scrap that wooden club, modify my bat with this. Yay! Batter up. Three and 4. The door will be done right shortly. And I'll show you the plans that I have for that. Firstly, I'll be grabbing this forged iron. I only need 20. And I'll actually be grabbing the hammer. So we have this iron door. We're gonna go all the way to here. That's a problem. Well, that nixes that idea. You see what I was trying to do, but apparently that door is set in a specific spot. This door ain't working anywhere else. Well, that's unfortunate. That's okay, I'll find somewhere else to be able to use it at some point. We'll just put that door in here and call it good. Crafting materials, we add that, put that stone axe there now. Sand and arrows. Fantastic. Everything looking pretty good. Still really hurting for stuff to eat and drink though. That's kind of a plague in the game for the beginning part, is making sure to be able to find enough food to stay alive. But it's one of the important things. Let's see. There's the iron hole. the reason I'm kind of going out of my way to clear out these extra trees is more so than just getting more wood. It's also clearing my line of sight from my door to be able to see if there's anything approaching. Moderately important to be able to see when the zombies are getting too close, you know? You know? Why do I get the feeling I have to knock all these out? Of course, they're full stone brick there. That's gonna be like what? 1, 2, 3, but if I put straight across, I can build a different kind of door here, which is the problem. That's steel, so that's 7,000, not breaking anytime soon. Unless... Okay, that's better, but only just. Should be able to make use of this space somehow. Oh, I could have upgraded this to a different... Could have put the iron door there if I wanted to. Yeah, there's lots of options with this base. I am quite pleased with it. Completely blasted into oblivion from this phone. Everyone wants your attention right now. Well, this feels like a natural kind of stopping point, especially since my phone is now just blowing up constantly and it's going to be very irritating. But yes, this is when we will just go to here. Thanks everyone who popped by and watched, even if you stayed there in Lurkersville. If you liked anything you saw, please consider dropping that there follow. Helps everybody out.